Alright, what's up guys? So, today it's gonna be one of those annoying vlog reviews of those games. And today it's going to be War Thunder. Now, for those of you who are completely oblivious to the world, War Thunder is a MMO game where it's like World War II-ish aircraft up until Korea. So, example would be from Gladiator biplanes to MiG-15s, if that makes sense. Well, it's not that easy. I've played for a while. And I got the rank 8 technically. Rank 8 in the Soviets and rank 4 and no, maybe 5 in British. Yeah, rank 5 in British. 1. Don't try the Russian tree. Yes, I know I got the rank 8 in it, but it's not worth it. If you really want fun, just play the British. Because the Russians get American aircraft and they're not fun. And from people like the Mighty Jingles, it's boom and zoom, which essentially means you have to gain speed from go from an altitude down, strike your target, zoom up, get back to altitude, repeat. It's useless. So yeah, if you want to do dogfights, either the Japanese or the British is your best option. Germans and Americans that are boom and zoom, so if you like getting in there 1-2 seconds of action, getting out, good. Don't play the Russians. Even though it's designed by a Russian company, it's not worth it. It's not worth the trouble of endless scores of deaths and barely one kill. There was this one player, like a a.k.a. with a 37mm, he did good, he got a couple, 12 kills, but he had to have his crew up high qualification, like maybe, oh, I don't know. But anyway, aircraft wars. Now, when you start out, you get these crappy stock biplanes that are armed with 2 to 4 machine guns. Nothing special. They get higher, you get cannons, and eventually you get rockets. Unguided, of course. You have to get like 0.12 kilometers. I think like max range I would fire at is like 0.20 kilos. So don't get them. Unless you're like one of those guys that are going for bombers, then get them. But if you're like a fighter and you want a dogfight, don't get them. Second, the mechanics, it's not really good, but it's good enough to play. Like the dogfight mechanics, if you're going for like British and Japanese, you're fine. But if you're trying to dogfight anything else, no. And now so the only good thing about the Russians is they get good, decent firepower. But when you get higher in the trees, I notice. Let's look at the a.k.a. for example, what they have. It only gets 2 cannons, and even then it's like 200 rounds. I think that's what the real steel one had, but really, just 2 cannons, no machine guns. They couldn't put in a modified variant with just 2 machine guns and 2 cannons. And if you look at the whole yak tree, which is really where the whole game experience goes down, most of them only have 1 machine gun and 1 cannon. And they don't have a lot of rounds. So, it's kind of varies. But, yeah, like, the Yak-9T has 1 machine gun and 1 37mm. Now, while the 37mm is decent, the 1 machine gun lasts. Because if you want firepower, and the cannon only has 30 rounds, which if you're going to go in a dogfight, that's not lasting very long. Now you have the option of buying American Lend-Lease planes. Don't. They suck. I have the P-40 Kitty Hawk and the P-39, I think it's K. While they do have good machine guns, like Kitty Hawk has 6, the P-39 has 2 50s, 2 30s, and 1 37mm. It's good, it's heavy armed. Guess what? You're not moving. You're not turning. You're not getting up to good speed unless you're in a dive. It's not worth it. Then there's certain beginner aircraft like the I-15 and the I-16. They're upgraded with cannons. So for the I-15 it'd be just 220 mils, which they get upgraded like I think like the I-15 is tier 6 or tier 5, and the I-16 is tier 7. It's not worth it. As much as you get the cannons, you get the dogfight better, and those are better for dogfighting. Apparently, if you get hit in the in the fuselage, your rear tail, your elevators in the back, apparently they get degraded from being hit in the fuselage, and if you're hitting the engine anywhere with just one shot, it dies. I haven't played the I-15, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty much the same thing. Albeit worse because it's a biplane. And, well, I guess the only reason you would play it is because you're just waiting for World of Warplanes from Wargaming, who also does World of Tanks. So that's pretty much the only reason why you would try it out, is because you're just waiting for World of Warplanes instead of, just waiting and playing either just World of Tanks or different games. This kind of trains you, but it's not fun. So if you're gonna play it, only play like certain tech trees, like the British or the Japanese. If you're playing American, then you probably play different simulators and you're experienced to it. If you're playing the Russians, just get back on your simulators and see what you can do about that, because I pretty much have no training whatsoever on simulators, maybe one or two, but when you get higher into the Russians, you can't dogfight unless you know what you're doing. So that pretty much wraps it up. I know it's kind of short. I don't have any footage, but hey, this is the best I can do. Hope you guys like it. Later.